So what we said we're going to try and do is to build a model of a firm. And we assume that our firm is going to try and maximise its profits, and we said that profits are revenue minus costs. So what we need to do is to start to model what those things are going to look like. And we're going to start by looking at costs. What we need to work out is kind of at different output levels for this firm. So if we imagine a firm makes 10 units, 20 units, 30 units, 40 units, and so on, what's going to happen to that firm's costs so that we can start to work out what is going to be the best output for that firm. We can't work out what the best output's going to be unless we know what its costs are at different output levels. So what we're going to be doing for quite a while now is trying to build a model of what a firm's cost structure looks like. And there are different types of costs that we're going to be interested in that we're going to come to as time goes by. But remember, the purpose of what we're doing is we're trying to build a model that will allow us to kind of ascertain, to find the firm's profit maximising output. And then from that, its price and so on and so forth. So we've got to think about what happens as a firm increases its output. So what will costs look like at different output levels? And a lot's going to depend on over the time period over which we're looking. And in economics, there are two key time periods that we're going to be interested in. And these two time periods, we came across them kind of last year, but one of them is the short run. And that's the period of time in which there is at least one fixed factor of production. What does that mean? What it means is that there is something, one of your factors of production, land or labour or capital or so on, that cannot be changed. Most often, it's probably going to be land, might also be capital. So there'll also be a variable factor of production, which is generally one that you can change. So that's generally labour, but there's one that can't be changed. And this is life. This is life for all businesses. If you take the school that we're in, we have a fixed factor of production. That's the land and the buildings that we've got. In the short run, as the short run is defined, there is nothing that we can do about that. So actually, the short run is the period of time in which the firm actually operates. So when we're thinking about firms and their initial decisions, they're always operating in the short run. All businesses, pretty much, are constrained in the short run. So if you want to increase output, you've got to work with what you've got to start with. Of course, in the long run, it's possible to expand. It's possible to acquire more factors of production. You might do that by taking over another business. You might do that by investing in new capacity. For a school, it might build new buildings and so on. But that's the long run. The long run is like a planning period. You're kind of going one day I will expand. I'll build new buildings and so on. And that's defined as the period of time in which all factors of production, all FOPs, are variable. They can all be changed. But the catch is, of course, the long run is the period of time where you can expand. Suppose you're a school, you can expand, you can build new buildings, you can hire new staff, and so on and so forth. Imagine we do that, we're ready, we've built our new building, we've got new staff, and then bang, we do it. As soon as we do that, we're now back in the short run. So all businesses, in reality, they operate in the short run. They can plan to expand. They can then do that expansion. But as soon as they do, they're back in a new short run. So the short run is simply the period of time in which you are currently operating. You're constrained by some fixed factors of production. That's life. How long does it take for the long run to arrive? Well, it depends on how easy it is to get more factors of production. So the actual amount of time is going to vary very much depending on what sort of business you are. So if you're a bicycle letter delivery firm or something, or you kind of deliver kind of leaflets through people's doors, how long does it take? You go, buy a new bike. It's kind of expand so you can go more quickly. Buy an electric bike instead of pedaling around by yourself. We're talking about kind of a matter of maybe hours, so certainly days. If, on the other hand, you're somebody like some giant car factory like the BMW plant, in Cowley, then that's going to take years. You're going to have to get planning permission. You've got to do the logistics. You've got to finance it, and so on and so forth. So, how long the short run is, the period until you can change all your fixed factors of all your factors of production, depends on basically how easy it is. What are the factors of production that you use? So, the short run, there's at least one fixed factor of production. In the long run, all of your factors of production can be changed, but as soon as you've changed them, you're then back in the short run again. And how long it takes you to do that simply depends on, in time terms, simply depends on the type of business that you are.